Given the scale of the disaster, the European Union and its member states reacted quickly to activate the EU Civil Protection Mechanism and to deploy immediate humanitarian aid by adapting our development cooperation programmes. This was intended to ensure early recovery support for life-saving and life-sustaining assistance, health services, food and security, supplies, as well as shelter. More than 20 million people still depend on humanitarian aid. Additional humanitarian funding is urgently needed to cover the most critical needs. To this end, the EU is stepping up its support with an extra €10 million released this week to respond to the most urgent humanitarian needs on the ground. Overall, the EU and its member states mobilised €172 million in humanitarian support and early recovery. The European Union encourages the government, humanitarian and development actors, as well as donors, to provide an in-depth analysis to ensure a coordinated, aligned and harmonised transition between humanitarian, early recovery and reconstruction programmes with an effective nexus approach and a long-term development vision.
That the United States is pledging an additional $100 million of recovery funding, bringing the U.S. government's total contribution to more than $200 million since the middle of August. The new fund.
Japan's domestic procedures are cleared as our country's specific measures require. I express Japan's intention to provide additional assistance of about $77 million during the recovery stage through 2023 and beyond, on the basis of Pakistan's importance and priorities set by the PDNA. The assistance will include but not be limited to the considered essential areas needed for Pakistan's recovery, including disaster mitigation, public health, medicine and agriculture. Under the motto Build Back Better, Japan is implementing the technical assistance project to help Pakistan update its national disaster mitigation plan.
Last year, we provided 100 million euros to Pakistan, both from my ministry as well as from the Foreign Office. We concentrated on cash transfer to the most vulnerable because they were the ones most affected. The emergency relief equipment. We started to support your first rebuilding of infrastructure, and we gave support to the assistance packages from the World Food Programme, UNICEF and WHO, in addition to the technical support given by GIZ, that is with a huge portfolio in your country. Ladies and gentlemen, dear friends, Germany definitely is ready to do more. And we will provide at least another 84 million euros in the course of this year. We will have governmental negotiations in May, and we will link this support to the climate resilient support scheme of Pakistan. We want to go beyond that. We have a running portfolio of 800 million euros in Pakistan. And together with your government, we want to check whatever we can do to mainstream this running portfolio with 4RF. As President Macron said, Germany also wants to make the IFI's international finance institutions more instrumental for the supporting not only your country but also other countries to cope with climate change.
On behalf of the Chinese government, I'm happy to grant another 100 million US bucks for reconstruction programs through bilateral channels to support the 4RF. We have already provided nearly 200 million US dollars for flood relief and reconstruction, ranking top among the donors.